Banks are doing it. Why? Because they profit off of it. What do we want to do? We want to stop evictions.
I've been trying to close my account for a couple months now, and there's some interesting things that the big banks do. They try to talk you out of it. Sometimes they give you a zero balance and they start charging you fine, and then they say you need another week to cancel out the charge they gave you, and then that can drag on indefinitely. The person I wound up speaking with didn't give me any trouble at all. She heard us talking about our demand letters and she said, you know what? This economy is terrible. There is too much greed. She's been foreclosed on herself. I just want to remind everybody, it's not the people who work in the banks. Here we come, check it out. It's all of us. It's all of us. Yeah! And let's say...
That's the roof of the Wells Fargo building.
Once again, no more foreclosures, no more evictions. We are through with you, Wells Fargo.
We're here to protest the role that the banks are playing in the evictions of tenants, with funding Ellis evictions, funding predatory equity, foreclosing on tenants and evicting them. And we're here to say no more evictions or foreclosures for profit.
Our Mr. Moneybags. What do we think about money people? He's the 1%. Let's tell him what we think about the 1%. Let's tell them what we think about the bankers with all their money. And the realtors who borrow money from the bankers and evict tenants.
Hey, hey!
Ho, ho!
Evictions have got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Foreclosures have got to go! Grab some signs and block the bank!
Banks got bailed out! We got sold out!
Banks got bailed out!
We got sold out!
Maria! Zamudio! They actually got a $43 billion bailout. Today, we're using these connections that we built, these coalitions that we're a part of, to stand up to corporations like Wells Fargo. Because they have been given the same rights and protections that people have been given. Corporations are not people. No. They have used the protections that the government has given to them to exploit our communities, exploit our planet, and take hostage our political system.
Shame on Wells Fargo. They're throwing people out on the streets, people like you and I.
This is Sarah Short, Executive Director of the Housing Rights Committee. This fire truck is trying to get the people down off the Wells Fargo roof. We are the 99%.
Shame on Wells Fargo! You owe us!
They said they were creating a skirmish line. What are they doing? They're pushing us back.
Yeah, it's typical what fascists do.
Okay, everybody, we're going to start walking.
This is the SFPD grabbing people down from off the roof at a tent up there.
What do we want? Stop eviction! What do we want? No more evictions! 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 They take our roof!
We take their roof!
They take our roof!
We take their roofs!
They take our roof!
We take their roof!
They take our house! We take their bank! 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 They take our house! Are you with me? ¿Estamos juntos?
No!
¿Estamos juntos en la lucha? Are we together in this?
Yes!
The people take it back. The people take it back. We are the people.
A little bit louder. We want justice for our homes.
The front door is being opened.
Now they're taking them off. And it looks like the SFPD are going to take them down, SFFD, the fire department.
We gotta beat these back. Pay your tax, we gotta beat these back.
Wells Fargo profits from immigrant detention. So Wells Fargo has invested $142 million in two companies, CCA and GEO Group, that construct and populate private detention centers and private prisons. The government has prisons, right? And the government has detention centers. But they're not big enough to house all of the people that the government is actually imprisoning. So companies have decided they're going to make private prisons, private detention centers, and the government will then pay them. For every prisoner that they have, the government gives them $100 a day. And who pays the government? We do. We're paying $100 a day for people to be detained. Some of these people are undocumented, some of these people are not, but all of them are being separated from their families for months, sometimes years. They get lost in a detention system that is broken. It's not meant to get people out, because if it was, then someone wouldn't be paid $100 a day to have someone sleep on a bed. Not only does Wells Fargo benefit and profit from having people in prisons and detention centers, how do you get people in prison? You make laws, right?
That's right.
You say, hey, we're going to make these group of people illegal, or we're going to do something so that we can arrest them. Who's heard of SB 1070?
Yep, Arizona.
Who's heard of SB 1070's copycat bill in Georgia, HB 87, the Papers, Please Act? Wells Fargo paid lobbyists to aggressively move in the states that these legislations were being enacted in to make sure that they got passed. Either lobbyists, the senators that supported them, anything Wells Fargo had to do in the political system to make sure that these laws were enacted, Wells Fargo did. But they're just maximizing their investment. They're just making sure that if they're going to build something, they have people to put into that. And they did. And CCA and GEO Group made $39 billion putting people in jail.
Criminals!
Wells Fargo, they're major investors in that. We're here to tell Wells Fargo that they no longer get to take our homes, to finance our evictions, to play with our money, to take people from our homes, put them in detention centers, and never let us see them again. They owe us, not just the $43 billion in bailout money that we gave them, not just the $5.5 million a day that the private prison industry costs taxpayers. You all are spending $5.5 million a day to make sure that Wells Fargo gets to make $39 billion. Wells Fargo is a criminal. Corporations are criminals. They are not people.
We want a meeting with John Stumpf and Occupy Housing Coalition. Where we can present our demands to Wells Fargo. Have an immediate moratorium on eviction, foreclosure, before midnight on January